Does your life feel like it has a purpose? If you're seeing this today, you may be questioning what your life purpose is, or do we even have one? So often people come to me wanting to know their purpose, and it's this big weighted thing. But the bigger question they often have is, do we even have one as humans? So I want to talk about that today. Do we have a purpose? Is it set? And how do we discover it if we do? So first, I'm Avery. I'm an intuitive. I work with people to discover their deeper inner workings, their spiritual underpinnings, and I've helped countless clients to connect deeper, to reignite their intuition and enchant their lives on a deeper level. And after so many years, I want to share some of the truths that I've picked up along the way. So, purpose. Purpose is an interesting one because it gets overlaid with work so much. So many people are like, my purpose is what it looks like to someone else, what it looks like to an entrepreneur, what it looks like to someone who wrote all these books, what it looks like to a monk, what it looks like to all of these people that have very public lives. And those people are living their purpose for sure. But it can make us feel that if we don't have a life like that, we're not living purposeful. And what I want to say is, we don't have only one thing that we're here to experience or to do. I don't believe that. But I do believe that we have this blueprint within us that is going to light up, that is going to make our cells feel vibrant, that is going to ignite us. And that is our purpose. Our purpose is to be seeking the things that ignite us and make us feel whole. And we're often looking at, how can I feel whole? What do I need to do? And it's actually about looking, what am I interested in? What am I curious about? And now you're thinking, that's it? How will it impact others? The thing is, living lit up, living in line with our purpose changes the way people experience you. And sometimes that is your impact, is for people to witness you feeling so alive and feeling so authentic to your journey that they feel inspired to do the same. Not all of us have to have an obvious impact-based mission here on planet Earth. Some of us are meant to live very quiet, serene lives, and only a few people will encounter that. But when they feel your presence, when they feel it in their body and their spirit, when they witness it, it will mean something to them. And so when I think of purpose, I think of like a seed. And that seed has a certain flower that it's going to become. And oddly enough, for humans, we seem to have the ability to try to be a different kind of flower. At least in our mind, we think we can. We can try to grow in directions. We can try to mimic. We don't only get the option to just respond to the most natural impulses. We have a lot of conditioning. So we are nature, and we have a different experience from the elements of nature that are around us, but they're there to remind us for a reason. They are our guardians. They are our guides. They're like, hey, reach to the sun, ground down, right? And those may not seem like, how do I do that? Where's my sun? And it starts with, one, what has meaning to you? What feels meaningful and important in the world right now? So purpose can be both, like I'm saying, this innate path that we suddenly get on, and it feels like things are moving and flowing and lighting up, and we don't even know where it's going to go entirely. But there's also intentional purpose, right? And that is deciding, what elements in my life do I think matter? What kind of person do I want to be? This is living purposefully. This is living intentionally. And that will help us, because the kind of person we want to be, the kind of life we want to live, the kind of things we want to believe in are very much going to lead us closer to our purpose. And I say closer because we have a lot of conditioning, and it takes some time to undo and to get to the root of who we really are again. Some of us don't, and man, good for you if that's you. I love that for you. But a lot of us do, myself included. And I'm always unpicking conditioning from my authentic truth. And it can be hard to tell, right? And it's why it's good to keep going. And there's nothing wrong with what we create along the way while our conditioning is at play. We actually learn a lot of skill sets. I've seen so many people learn really powerful skill sets by following their conditioned path that really didn't light them up, but they learned a lot of things. And so in a way, it's part of their journey. And then they let that go. And somehow that skill set is now in service to their new purpose, their more authentic way of living. When they discover the things they really love, they really want, how they want to exist in the world, and their deeper spiritual, intuitive connection with life, they now have this very practical skill set that they can utilize in service to that. So you can't waste any time or get it wrong, but it can feel like life gets really stuck when we're not following our purpose. It can feel like life is just this repeating cycle, like that movie, The Truman Show, like everyone's an actor and every day is the same, with Jim Carrey. And he's the only one that isn't that, and he can't tell. Everyone's pretending that. That's what it can feel like when we're not following our purpose. It's this sense of, is there any meaning to this? Do I just make money, meet people, and then leave this existence? And no, you can discover something that's both within you and all around you. Everyone says you can discover it within. It's like, yes, within everything. We are interconnected. And it's so important to go inward, but don't isolate either. If we can only discover it within and it doesn't exist in our outer lives, we're in trouble. Because that's when it feels like we just want to stay in a meditation cave for the rest of our existence. And so purpose is discovered by starting with the desires you have, starting with the things you're curious about, and realizing that it is more about a way of existing and acting from a certain way of existing than it is about what it accomplishes, because spiritual purpose is so much more an energetic embodiment, meaning it's just how you move, how you talk, how you feel, the emotions you emit to the world, than it is about what you do. But when that is your truth, you will do very different things. You will have very different impact. Things will build from you. Things will grow from you. Whether that's jobs or opportunities or service projects, any of these things will grow from you. But it starts with deciding, how could I be purposeful? Who do I want to be on purpose, right? So this is a little more of a linear approach, but who do I want to be on purpose? Write that down and write down what their mindset would be, what their emotions would be. Now, does this mean you need to have one set of emotions? No, it just means that if you think you're here to share joy with others and you walk around complaining all day, you're not doing it. Right? Does this mean that if your mission is to share joy with others that you can never be sad? Absolutely not. It just means make sure that you're making space for the joy, for the purpose. We can't turn off every aspect and be some purposeful robot, but we can be so present in our moment and decide, what am I putting out? What am I emitting towards other people? We can all experience other people's emotion. Not everybody identifies as an empath, but we are all affected by the way someone feels in our interactions with them, and whether we like it or not. And so your purpose is about how you experience life and how life experiences you back. That is a perfect place to start. And then as you do that, you're also going to discover, because you're going to become more present, because you're going to have to pay attention, you're going to discover things that you just didn't before. Things that are going to show up. And I'm going to cover more of that in future videos. So if you like this, feel free to subscribe, but also check out the link and head on over to my website and sign up for my newsletter, where you can get more content directly to your inbox. You can learn more about what I do, how I share my purpose with the world, and how you can share yours.